Good evening, my dear friends. Have you ever found yourself at a crossroads, asking why things aren't going as planned? Why, no matter how hard you try, you feel stuck in the same patterns day after day? Well, I'm here to tell you the key to fixing your life, your happiness, your success lies in fixing yourself first. Imagine if the most difficult moments in your life could be the starting point for your greatest transformation. You have the power not just to change your circumstances, but to change how you approach those circumstances. The first step? Realizing that you hold the pen to your story. Stick with me, and let's break down why this is the most important conversation you'll have with yourself. This is the moment that could reshape everything you think you know about yourself. So don't look away. Self-reflection and accountability are fundamental to personal growth and transformation. It's easy to look outward when things aren't going the way we want, blaming circumstances, other people, or even luck. But the most powerful change begins with an honest look at oneself. When we engage in self-reflection, we are giving ourselves the opportunity to pause, step back, and understand not just what is happening in our lives, but also why it's happening. This introspective process allows us to identify the root causes of our struggles, failures, and missed opportunities. Without it, we risk repeating the same mistakes over and over again, stuck in a cycle that we feel powerless to break. It's crucial to understand that self-reflection isn't about self-criticism or placing blame on ourselves. Instead, it's about taking full responsibility for our actions and reactions. We often find it easier to point the finger outward, but that doesn't bring us closer to the solution. By focusing inward, we gain control over how we respond to the world around us. Accountability comes hand in hand with self-reflection. It means acknowledging that we are the architects of our own lives. While it's true that external factors can influence our circumstances, it's ultimately our decisions, our choices, and our mindset that determine the outcomes we experience. Accountability is about owning those choices and the results they produce, whether good or bad. The power of accountability is immense. When we recognize that we are the ones in charge of our destiny, we can stop waiting for others to change and instead focus on how we can change. This shift in perspective is empowering because it reminds us that regardless of what happens to us, we have the ability to influence the direction of our lives. When things go wrong, rather than looking for someone to blame, we can ask ourselves, what part did I play in this? Look at me. How do I shorten the distance between, or what can I learn from this situation to ensure it doesn't happen again? Through self-reflection, we uncover the unconscious beliefs and patterns that often hold us back. We may realize that we've been carrying emotional baggage from past experiences, or that our fears and insecurities are limiting our potential. Self-reflection allows us to address these issues head-on, making it possible to break free from the mental barriers that keep us stuck in unhealthy cycles. Moreover, this process helps us understand our values, goals, and desires more clearly. When we know ourselves better, we can make decisions that are more aligned with our true aspirations. True growth begins when we take an honest look at ourselves, free from judgment, and commit to understanding our deeper motivations. It's not about perfection or trying to meet an external standard. It's about recognizing the areas where we can improve and actively seeking out ways to better ourselves. By embracing self-reflection and accountability, we open ourselves up to continuous improvement. The driving force behind the belief of the manifesto movement. It's a process that never ends, but with each step, we become closer to the best version of ourselves. This journey of self-discovery and accountability also strengthens our relationships with others. When we are self-awareness and take responsibility for our actions, we become better communicators, listeners, and friends. We stop blaming others for the problems we face and start approaching challenges with a more constructive and collaborative mindset. Accountability helps us build trust and integrity, both in ourselves and with others. In short, self-reflection and accountability are the cornerstones of personal development. They provide us with the clarity to understand who we truly are, what we want, and what's holding us back. They empower us to take control of our lives and shape our own destiny. The moment we decide to look inward, to ask ourselves the hard questions and take responsibility for our choices is the moment we start on the path to becoming the person we've always wanted to be. It's a lifelong process, but every step is a step toward greater growth, self-awareness, and fulfillment. Overcoming negative habits is one of the most transformative steps you can take in your journey towards self-improvement. We all have habits, some good, some not so good. The ones that hold us back, such as procrastination, self-doubt, or unhealthy coping mechanisms, can deeply affect our progress and potential. These negative habits may have developed over time, often without us even realizing it. They can become ingrained in our daily routines, making them feel like a part of who we are, which is why breaking them can be so challenging. But the key to changing your life lies in changing the habits that limit you. It's important to first recognize that habits, whether positive or negative, are learned behaviors. They are not inherent qualities that define us. They are patterns we have repeated over and over, and with enough repetition, they've become automatic. Negative habits often stem from unresolved issues, such as stress, fear, or insecurity. We may turn to unhealthy habits as a way to cope with emotions or escape from difficult situations. The good news is, because these habits are learned, they can be unlearned. The process of overcoming negative habits starts with awareness. We must first identify which behaviors are holding us back and, more importantly, why we turn to them in the first place. This step requires deep self-reflection, as we need to be honest with ourselves about the role these habits play in our lives. Once we acknowledge our negative habits, we can begin the process of replacing them with healthier alternatives. Change doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to self-growth. One of the most effective strategies in overcoming negative habits is the technique of substitution. Instead of simply trying to eliminate a bad habit, it's more productive to replace it with a better one. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, instead of just telling yourself to stop procrastinating, you might replace the habit with a more productive routine, such as setting specific, small goals and using a timer to work in focused intervals. This not only helps you get more done, but it also reinforces a new, positive behavior over time. Another critical aspect of overcoming negative habits is self-compassion. Often, when we fall back into old patterns, we can be our harshest critics. We may feel like we've failed or that we're incapable of change. But failure is part of the process. Every time you slip up, it's an opportunity to learn and grow, not a reason to give up entirely. Overcoming negative habits requires the ability to forgive yourself and keep going, even when it feels difficult. It's about progress, not perfection. Small, consistent steps are what lead to lasting change. The more we practice positive habits, the stronger those habits become, gradually pushing out the old, negative ones. Another powerful tool in overcoming negative habits is accountability. Sharing your goals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or mentor, can provide the support and encouragement needed to stay on track. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals can help motivate you to keep pushing forward, especially on days when you might feel like giving up. In addition, tracking your progress can provide valuable insights into your behavior. By keeping a journal or using an app to track your habits, you can monitor your progress and identify patterns that may be hindering your success. The process of overcoming negative habits also requires setting clear, achievable goals. Without a roadmap, it can be easy to fall back into old patterns. Setting small, realistic goals allows you to stay focused and motivated as you work toward replacing negative habits with healthier ones. These goals should be specific, measurable, and attainable, giving you something tangible to work toward. As you achieve these goals, you'll gain a sense of accomplishment and confidence that reinforces the positive changes you're making. It's essential to be patient with yourself throughout this journey. Overcoming negative habits takes time, and there will inevitably be setbacks along the way. However, every day is an opportunity to try again. Even when progress feels slow, remember that change is happening. The key is to stay committed and not to lose sight of the larger goal, becoming a better version of yourself. As you continue to replace negative habits with positive ones, You will not only see changes in your actions, but also in your mindset, confidence, and overall well-being. Overcoming negative habits is about reclaiming control over your life. By identifying the habits that limit you, replacing them with healthier behaviors, and practicing persistence, you can break free from the patterns that have held you back. It's a process that takes time, but with consistency and commitment, you'll find that the new habits you cultivate will shape a brighter, more fulfilling future. A growth mindset is one of the most powerful tools for personal development, and it has the potential to transform the way we approach challenges, setbacks, and successes in our lives. The concept of a growth mindset was introduced by psychologist Carol Dweck, who studied how people's beliefs about their abilities affected their success. Simply put, a growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed traits, but can be developed through dedication, hard work, and learning. This mindset is a stark contrast to a fixed mindset, where people believe that their talents and intelligence are static and cannot be changed. Adopting a growth mindset means believing that you can grow, improve, and evolve through effort and perseverance. This also means understanding that our understanding of the world fades over time. Keep in mind that one of the key aspects of a growth mindset is the belief that failure is not an end but an opportunity for growth. People with a growth mindset see challenges as chances to learn and develop, rather than as signs of inadequacy or failure. This shift in perspective allows them to approach difficult situations with optimism and resilience. Instead of giving up when faced with obstacles, individuals with a growth mindset are more likely to persist, experiment, and find new solutions. They understand that setbacks are a natural part of the learning process and that every failure brings valuable lessons that can lead to future success. With a growth mindset, you also become more open to feedback. Rather than taking criticism personally or seeing it as a reflection of your abilities, you view it as an opportunity to learn and improve. This openness to feedback allows you to continually refine your skills, increase your knowledge, and enhance your performance. It encourages self-improvement and a willingness to evolve. People with a growth mindset embrace the idea that they can always do better and that their potential is limitless if they put in the effort to grow. This mindset fosters resilience and perseverance because it helps individuals remain motivated and focused on their goals, even in the face of setbacks. A growth mindset encourages a love of learning. When you believe that you can improve through effort, you're more likely to seek out new opportunities for learning and personal development. You don't shy away from challenges because you know that each challenge provides a chance to expand your abilities. You become more curious and willing to explore new areas, knowing that every step forward is a step toward improvement. This mindset leads to a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction because you are constantly progressing and evolving. The growth mindset is also incredibly empowering. It removes the notion that some people are just born with certain abilities or talents that can't be changed. Instead, it places the power in your hands to create your own success through effort and persistence. It encourages you to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, and to tackle difficult tasks head-on, knowing that the effort you put in will lead to improvement. When you believe that your success is determined by your actions, rather than your innate talents, you feel more in control of your life and your future. This sense of agency can be incredibly motivating and uplifting, as it encourages you to pursue your goals with a sense of purpose and determination. A growth mindset can have a profound impact on how you approach relationships, work, and challenges in all areas of life. When you believe in growth and development, you become more empathetic and understanding toward others. You recognize that everyone is on their own journey of growth and learning, and you're more likely to offer support, encouragement, and constructive feedback. And instead of comparing yourself to others or feeling threatened by their success, you celebrate the achievements of those around you, knowing that their growth doesn't diminish your own. This fosters a collaborative and supportive environment, whether in personal relationships, work teams, or social circles. Adopting a growth mindset is not always easy, especially if you've spent a lifetime believing in the limitations of your abilities. But with time and practice, it becomes a natural way of thinking. It requires a willingness to challenge your own beliefs, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey toward success. When you approach life with a growth mindset, you stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start viewing them as stepping stones. You understand that every difficulty you encounter is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. Cultivating a growth mindset is one of the most powerful ways to unlock your full potential. It shifts your focus from fixed abilities to continuous development, encouraging you to embrace challenges, learn from failures, and take ownership of your growth. With a growth mindset, the possibilities are endless, because you know that the limits of your abilities are only as far as your effort and perseverance can take you. It empowers you to pursue your goals with passion and resilience, and to keep growing no matter the obstacles in your way. Through this mindset, you'll not only achieve personal success, but also develop a deeper sense of fulfillment, knowing that you are always progressing and evolving toward becoming the best version of yourself. Building strong relationships is one of the most fundamental aspects of personal growth, as the connections we form with others significantly shape our lives, experiences, and overall well-being. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our relationships, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or romantic partners, provide us with support, understanding, and a sense of belonging. Strong relationships are the foundation of our emotional health and can act as a powerful force for both personal and professional development. However, creating and nurturing these relationships requires effort, empathy, and effective communication. It's not just about surrounding ourselves with people. It's about fostering genuine, positive connections that contribute to our growth. At the core of any meaningful relationship is trust. Trust is the bedrock that allows individuals to feel safe and secure with one another. Without trust, relationships can become strained, and misunderstandings or conflicts can arise. Building trust requires consistency, honesty, and openness. It means being dependable, showing up when you say you will, and being truthful, even when the truth might be uncomfortable. Trust is not something that can be forced or rushed. It is developed over time through actions that demonstrate reliability and integrity. Once trust is established, it creates a sense of security, allowing the relationship to thrive and deepen. Effective communication is another key component in building strong relationships. It's not just about talking, but about truly listening and understanding the other person's perspective. Active listening involves giving your full attention to the person speaking, making eye contact, and responding thoughtfully. It also means being present, not just physically but emotionally, and validating the other person's feelings. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to open up, share more, and invest in the relationship. Effective communication also includes being clear and honest in expressing your own thoughts, needs, and emotions. It's about creating a space where both people feel comfortable sharing and being vulnerable without fear of judgment or dismissal. Empathy is another crucial element in fostering strong relationships. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, and it plays a vital role in strengthening connections. When you practice empathy, you go beyond simply hearing what someone says. You strive to understand their emotions and experiences from their point of view. This deeper level of understanding can prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts more easily, and create a stronger bond between individuals. It allows you to respond in a compassionate and supportive way, offering comfort or assistance when needed. Empathy helps to build a connection that is based not only on shared experiences, but also on mutual care and respect. Another important aspect of building strong relationships is mutual respect. Respect is about valuing the other person's thoughts, opinions, and feelings, even if they differ from your own. It involves treating the other person with kindness, honoring their boundaries, and being considerate of their needs and desires. Respect is foundational in creating a relationship where both individuals feel valued and heard. It ensures that both parties are able to express themselves authentically and without fear of judgment or criticism. When respect is mutual, the relationship becomes a partnership where both individuals feel empowered and appreciated. Nurturing relationships also involves making time for the people who matter to you. In our busy lives, it's easy to let relationships take a back seat to other responsibilities, but consistent effort is necessary to maintain strong connections. Simple acts of kindness, such as checking in with someone, spending quality time together, or offering support during tough times, can go a long way in reinforcing the bond between you and others. Regular communication, whether through phone calls, messages, or in-person visits, helps maintain the connection and shows the other person that they are a priority in your life. Forgiveness is another vital element in maintaining strong relationships. No one is perfect, and misunderstandings or mistakes are inevitable. The ability to forgive is essential in preventing grudges from festering and undermining the relationship. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior, but rather about letting go of the resentment and choosing to move forward. It's about recognizing that holding on to anger or hurt only damages the relationship further, and that forgiving is a way to heal and rebuild trust. It allows both individuals to grow and evolve, free from the weight of past grievances. The willingness to grow together is essential in any strong relationship. As individuals, we are constantly evolving, and our relationships must evolve with us. This means supporting one another in personal development, encouraging each other to pursue new goals, and adapting to the changes that come with life. When both parties are invested in growing together, the relationship becomes a source of strength, motivation, and inspiration. It fosters an environment where both individuals can thrive individually and as a couple, friend, or team. Building and maintaining strong relationships requires a combination of trust, effective communication, empathy, respect, time, forgiveness, and a shared commitment to growth. These elements create the foundation for relationships that are not only lasting but also meaningful and supportive. Relationships are not just about what we get from others, but also about what we give, and the effort we put into them is what ultimately determines their depth and strength. By focusing on these key components, we can cultivate relationships that enrich our lives, contribute to our personal growth, and help us navigate the challenges and triumphs of life with a sense of connection and belonging. The journey to achieving personal success and fulfillment begins with setting clear goals. Having well-defined goals gives us a sense of direction and purpose, and it serves as the map guiding us toward the future we envision. Without goals, we can easily become distracted, lost, or overwhelmed by the